What's up, everybody? Frankie Blackbird coming at you once again with another video. This is the bike that I bought for $100. You can hear a little clanking on it. So I'm gonna go back and check to see how it affects the bike, the audio on here. But overall, it's a pretty good bike. I kind of feel like it's scraping somewhere. I'm gonna show y'all. You can lose a lot of weight doing cardio, man. I used to do it back in the days, and I got the fan off. I don't got no music. I need to put on some music, but I don't know the copyright deals with all that shit. Switch the schedule to 5 days of cardio with light resistant training, and we're gonna do 2 days heavy lifting. Probably gonna do like a upper lower body split. So like on one day, I'll probably spend a whole hour on the Smith machine, just and leg extensions and working on the hammies. Hey, what's up, man? What's up, guys? So we're gonna sweat out a little bit of water, burn some calories, get on it. This is a spinner NXT. I think it's by Star Trek or Track Star or something like that. This is like a commercial grade bike, dude. I got this fucking bike for $100 on Facebook Marketplace. Like, that shit's cheap. I did my research on these bikes, and these bikes were going for like about 2,000, 1,500 to $2,000 when they first came out. The only thing that sucks is the fucking seat. I got that gel seat, but I gotta put some more padding on it. I'm pushing down all this weight. I ate 6 eggs and I mixed it with some pork rinds. So today we're done eating. We probably won't eat until tomorrow. I think I got like 6 or 7 eggs left. So we might do that, or we might just skip breakfast altogether. My truck, the fuel pump, I put it on right, but the mechanic said I got one of the hoses crossed, so that's why it wasn't gonna go nowhere. And he fixed that. So I got the radiator coming in. I already took the radiator out. So I'm waiting for the radiator to come in so I can put it in and probably walk around my city at night. Especially like I stay in Corpus, so there's water all downtown, man. I got homeboys everywhere. Like, I used to go downtown by the flat where the American Bank Center was at, and I used to go out there and fish, and I used to do the same thing at Cole Park, Oso Pier, Indian Point. Really been doing nothing, just been chilling at home and working out, trying to get it. So I'll probably be doing some videos on like a lot. I know a lot of people that own restaurants and places like that. So I was thinking maybe I can go over there and get some behind the counter footage. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of these people do food reviews, but I actually graduated. I got my associates in culinary arts. I got my food manager's license also, so I can actually go back there and shit. I hate like these food reviewers because they go in there and they just talk shit like they know food. Like, you just eat. Like, there's a lot more to food. Like one dude on there, he was talking about some restaurant that had a deconstructed taco, and he was trying to figure out why the taco was deconstructed. Well, it's deconstructed because the fucking fat in the meat will soften up the taco. So when you dress it, by the time you get that plate, that taco shell is just gonna split in half. Like, I used to do cardio for about an hour a couple months back, and before that, like I said, if you watch any of my videos, that last video, like back in like 2012, 2013, before I got injured, we did this contest at work, and I lost about 47 to 48 pounds in 30 days. All I did was eat chicken. I ate two quarter legs for lunch and two quarter legs for dinner. I think it was like three quarters of a cup of cooked rice in each one, and as many vegetables as I wanted. And I did that for 30 days straight. And I have a treadmill, but it broke, so I think I gotta fix the board for it. But I did 3 miles in the beginning, and I walked, and then I started jogging, picked it up to 4 miles, and then I was able to run, and I did that for 5 miles. But back then I weighed 289, I think, and I went down all the way to like 246. So yeah, that was a while back. That was before I got injured. I like the bike better than walking, I guess you can say, or the treadmill. But I like walking also. There's a park down the block, a few blocks away. And it's about 10 minutes in the truck. Maybe not even that long. But it used to be like an old BMX track or something like that. They leveled it out just for a walking track. Out there, I can be out there for like 2 hours just walking. The only thing I don't like about the bike is that it don't have a tracker. I think this is like the first generation or the second generation, but it's literally just a basic stationary bike. But it's a commercial grade bike. I got it for $100, man. I should have told that dude like 75, but my brother says I just need to work on my cardio. I already got my size down. I just got to work on my cardio. On the bench, I did hit 275. In the beginning, it sucks. You know what I mean? Starting something always sucks. Eventually, you get used to it, especially if you're not as big as I am. There really shouldn't be a hard. You should be able to adopt real quick, especially cardio. It's just cardio. All you're doing is just doing the same thing over and over. You're just putting one foot in front of the other. Like if you're doing like plyometrics for athleticism, then that's a different story. But this is just cardio. This is just basic bike cycling or whatever the fuck it is. The only problem is like the first week of having to sit in this fucking seat, man. Shit, the original seat is fucking hard as a rock. I got a gel cover for it, and I got like a pair of sweats folded up in a towel, and god damn, that shit still fucking hurts. Stay up, man. Stay true to yourself. And remember, if you don't want to be doing none of this shit, set a standard. Don't set a weight goal, man. Set a standard. You know, from 215, I'm never gonna go above 215. From 205, I'm never gonna go above that. Set that standard and put a 20-pound limit on it. What's the limit on that? So when you do hit like, if you want to be 205 and you hit 225, it's time to check it. You know, time to get on the program, lose the 20 pounds, and then you could go back to fucking off again for another 20 pounds, and then check it, get the diet, get the program, do the workout, go back down, and just live your life like that, man. You'll be able to go to parties, you know, eat the cake, eat the ice cream, have any kind of food you want. But at the end of the day, when you gain 20 pounds, it's time to check it. It's time to eat right, time to exercise, time to get back down. Not a lot of people tell you that, but I'll tell you from experience, losing 20 pounds is better than losing 200 pounds. So keep it tight, man. Like that, you won't have to worry about ever really getting overweight, because you'll just have to manage 20 pounds. All right, if you understand the basics, you know like the number one thing to do, cut out all fast food. All that shit zombie food. You don't eat that shit in you, bro. Like, you're better than that. Cut out all the zombie food, man. When you go to your grocery store, cut out anything in the sweet section and in the chip section and in the soda section. You don't need. The only thing you should be eating is like dairy, meat, and produce. That's really it, man. Like if nature didn't make it, like don't eat it. And we all have, we all fuck up, we all fail. I fail. I fall off the wagon, but it's not enough for me to get left behind. You know what I mean? I chase that bitch again and I jump back on it. So yeah, get back on it. Don't ever quit. Don't ever stop. Don't ever feel that it's too late. If you ain't like 70, if you ain't on your deathbed, it ain't too late, man. All right. So get out of that mindset. Like especially if you're like in your 20s and you're like, oh, it's already too late for me, bro. You got no idea, man. You got no idea what like people in their 40s and 50s would do to go back to their 20s and just hit that reset button. If you're young, 2 3 years, you'll get good, man. You'll fix it. That's all you need, man. You really need 2 3 years, especially when you're young, got that fast metabolism. Little homeboy Alex, this dude's like he's almost 300 pounds and he's big, man. He's like a beach ball with arms and legs and shit. And I told him like you got you gotta stop, bro. Like on a real note, like you gotta stop, man. Like you gotta take care of yourself, man. You gotta treat yourself better. He's only 24 and he's like this, like he's big, man. Like, and that's what you do to yourself, though. And I try to tell everybody like that, in the beginning, like take care of yourself, man, because you're gonna look like this. And I tell them, I go, you're gonna look like you want to look like me, dog. 200 fucking pounds overweight, bad face, bad skin. Take care of yourself right now while you're young, so you can enjoy it later. Yeah, man, I really appreciate y'all. I'm on YouTube also, Frankie Blackbird. I got other shit on there too. From what I post here on TikTok, I'm being like I said, I'm just waiting for my truck to get fixed. I'll get that radiator in, and then I'll see. I want to do this thing about my city, because a lot of people say that my city's boring, but the right places to go to, dog, it ain't boring at all. It's about knowing the right people around here. Like I said, I know a lot of people. I know a lot of big heads out here also and shit. A lot of my homeboys, they own places, they got restaurants, they got buildings. My homeboy Anthony has a band. He plays for the Rogues. Like I can call him up when he's doing a concert. My homeboy Gabriel, he plays for a band also. I can call them up and I can get front row just like that and shit. Like I got some good homies, man. You know, and I worked in the kitchen a lot, so like a lot of these kitchens, I got homeboys in these kitchens. Sometimes like I'll see them, or even the waitress will see me and be like, "Hey, so and so's working in the back, man." Like, well, tell him I said hook it up, shit. I used to do a lot of fishing. I don't fish no more, but I used to do a lot of fishing. Like here's this, this is what I use. This is my Avid right here. These are the ones I like using. The ones that don't have a guide, they're just, especially when you learn how to pendulum swing this bad boy. Like I can get like about 150 yards easy off of this. But like I used to make fishing rods also. I haven't really gone fishing in like 3 or 4 years. I don't. I lost interest. I used to catch some big ass fish, especially out here where I'm at in the bay. You know, I make my own fishing leaders. I make my own weights. I make everything myself and shit. I was gonna try to get a wood lathe so I can make my own cigar lures. But yeah, like even leather, I punch leather also. Like this was one project I was working on right here. I really haven't been working on it much. I do a lot of shit, man. I make pins. I do shit with my handwriting. But I be writing like that. I got like a whole box full of pin kits that I bought like 4 or 5 years ago for like, I think I got it for like $100. Now each fucking set goes for like $10 and shit. But I think I got like 100 of them. I do got pins there somewhere that are made already. But I do a lot of shit though, man. And that's the problem is I do so much shit that I get good enough at one thing, and then I jump to another thing, and then I get good at that, and then I jump to another thing, and I get good at that, and then I jump to another thing. Like I even got I got my bow right here that I used to do archery in. I like right here, you know, on the side, I got two fishing rod makers and shit. I got all my pins right here. I got all my stuff right there. Like I got my little my little bow that I used to use for bow fishing. I got a PCP rifle right here. I got like a fucking 30 cal rifle for that takes air. Uh, it's a lot of shit, man. You know, and I got rid of a lot of stuff. I'm trying to minimalize a lot of stuff. I got all my auto mechanic tools, my woodworking tools. I got two fucking welders. I got a torch tank and shit, a whole kit. Yeah, you know, so the for young men, for men, I think one of the most important things is to find a hobby so you can learn how to work with your hands, you know. um Shit, when I was a kid, dude, I was like 12, 13 years old. My dad would drop me off at my uncle's house, and my uncle used to have me stripping down motors and shit. You know, I used to pull out camshafts, I used to pull out pistons. I used to pull everything out to the bare fucking bones, and then put it all together with my uncle and shit. And then from there we go to heavy equipment. You know, I remember I was like 14. It was back in like 93, 94, dude, where my uncle used to have a front end loader and shit, or no, a backhoe. He used to have a backhoe, and he used to reverse it in his yard, and he used to have me there fucking hitting the switches and just digging. Dude, I used to dig like a 4 or 5 foot fucking hole in the middle of his backyard and shit with the tractor. And I was like 13 years old and shit. You know, like it was, you know, and then we used to do roofing. We used to do driveways, cement driveways. You know, like we did one where my mom's at right now for my grandpa. Like I think the date on there, I put my hand on there. And I would always put my hand on the cement. You know, my dad would let me, my uncle would let me do that. You know, I think I got one for that goes all the way back to 1990. I was 10 years old, and that's a driveway that I helped build. You know, I remember putting the borders on, tying up the rebar, you know, mixing the cement. You know, my dad will pour it out and my uncle will pour it out, but I'm the one, you know, that will go with the paddle. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, man, you know, just find a hobby. You know, I used to do foundation work. You know, I've done framing. I put up walls. I've done drywall. The only thing I don't like fucking with is gas and electricity. And my brother does electricity, and my other brother does gas, so I really don't worry about it. Basic mechanic work. I think that every young man should be able to do basic mechanic work. Should automatically learn how to change your tire, no matter what. Learn how to change a tire. You know, you get stuck, got a flat tire, you got to be able to change that bitch. You know what I mean? To get back on the road. Um, your oil. You need to be able to change your oil. Learn how to change oil. Um, Filters, like all your filters. Figure out how many filters you got in your car or your truck. Learn how to change them out. Headlights, brake lights, any kind of lights. Be able to learn how to change them out. Um, Air. Learn how to put air in your tire. You know, basic common shit. And radiator fluid, like all your fluids, and power steering fluid, brake fluid. You know, learn how to do that. And then basic, easy mechanic work, like changing a radiator hose, flushing your radiator, and stuff like that. You know, it's simple stuff. To y'all might not think it's simple, but it's easy enough. You know, right now I got my whole fucking truck torn apart because I'm changing out the radiator and shit. You know, I ended up dropping the tank, and I put the fuel pump in, but I ended up getting the fucking lines crossed, man. I got two of the hoses crossed, so the intake turned into outtake, and the outtake turned into the intake, so the fucking truck was never turning on. Took it to the mechanic, and he charged me, and he was like, "Hey, bro, the only thing that was wrong with it is that the fucking hoses were crossed." And I was like, "Bitch." He's like, well, I gotta charge you though, dog. I dropped the tank. I pulled out the pump. You know, like, yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, I understand. And so I got a crack in my radiator in the upper radiator hose intake. So there's no sealing it. It's under pressure. You know, it'll just end up building pressure and fucking busting. So yeah, I got the radiator pulled out already. I'm just waiting for the new one to come in. And then from there, like I said, be able to get on the road, man. Be able to go to the gym. Um, Probably do like some food reviews and shit. See, yeah, I got some people out there that I like to see if I can get in their restaurant and fuck around and shit. Probably have to end up looking for another job because this YouTube shit and this TikTok stuff ain't gonna hit quick. But you just gotta stay grinding. You know what I mean? Like I said, you know, it's a lifestyle change. You know, treat yourself right. Stay away from the fast food, man. Fast food ain't gonna do you no good. Zombie food. Like the next time you pass by a Mickey D's, you know, look at all that shit. Like those are all zombies waiting in line, bro. Like they just don't have it in them to cook to eat real food. Like they want to get that manufactured meat and that manufactured bread, you know, shit like that. Like that's all zombie food, dog. Like I don't eat that shit no more. Like I think I'll get sick if I eat that shit. That would be my advice if you're someone young. Find a hobby, man. That's the best thing you can do is find a hobby to stay busy. Get out the street. Thanks a lot, man, for staying with me, listening to my rants and shit. Yeah, just trying to help somebody out. You know, if I can help one person out, you know, that's cool, man. You know, I do a lot of kitchen work. You know, I'm a chef. I cook a lot. Um, if you're gonna get into the business, the best advice I can give you is to go institutional. You know what I mean? Go look for a nursing home. Go look for a retirement home. If you're gonna do like retirement homes, look for the one that's the highest class. You know, go to a fuck. What are they called? They're not fancy, but they're like they have fine dining and shit like that. You know, it's a very high end retirement home. You know, they don't even call them fucking retirement homes. They call them senior living and shit like that. You know, because they don't want the people to think that they're in a retirement home. It's like a senior living, and so you'll go look for like these top notch ones and put in some work there. You'll get good benefits. And the thing that's good about going institutional, when you start cooking, you're always out by 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. The fucked up thing about it is you gotta be there like at 4:30, 5:30. That's the fucked up part. But yeah, you know, that's all I do. I just do institutional cooking. I don't punch tickets no more. Fuck that. You know, I did my time on the ticket line. You know, I used to show up, pull like 16-hour days, man, 18-hour days, you know, from 4 o'clock to like 10, 11, 12 at night. And then just fucking back at it, dog. You know, I don't do that shit no more. I'll never do that shit again. You know, especially with the way that they want to pay people. Like, nah, I'm alright, dog. If you're gonna pay like that, I might as well just start my own shit and get all the money. I'll pay the food cost and shit. I'm alright with you looking to be a cook or something like that. I mean, start off as a dishwasher. If you don't know shit, start off as a dishwasher. If you know shit, let them know you know shit. You know, I walk into an interview and I'll go dressed like this. You know, straight up, I'll go dressed like this, and they'll ask me questions. Oh, you do this, and this. Hey, it ain't no thing. Well, how many people can you cook for by yourself? I can cook for like 300 people by myself, but the prep better be there. The most I cook for is about 2,000 people, about 2 to 3,000 people. Yeah, by myself, I can cook for easily. I can cook for 100 by myself. It ain't no thing. The upper body, that's a lot, man. That's a lot of muscle too to work in one day. If you really want to lose weight, it's in the cardio. You know, already like my frame is there. You know, I get a lot of people that compliment me on my frame, even though I'm big. But this is what I need to work on. I've already had invitation. I got an invitation to join an arm wrestling club. You know, some guy saw me there at the gym, and he's all like, "Hey, man, I'd like for you to join our club." So I'll probably end up going doing that.